rocking the whole of the spine, just give me some more space down here. But at the same time, lengthening out the traps. Because your trapezoid muscle, it's like a kite shape. There's all these other muscles. I'm not very academic guy, you know, I'm very down to earth. I might not know the names of all the muscles and everything, but when it comes to touch and experience, I don't know what I'm touching, but I know I'm touching the right thing. Holding here now. Because I feel this tension here, I'm going to hold. Just let Tao's dad breathe into that. Well, these pecs are really tight. I feel that this pec is pulling this shoulder forward a lot. Holding right here, this tension. Just give me some time to breathe into that. So you see, I'm always, if you want to have a gauge of how they're breathing, look at their stomach, which you'll see it rise and fall. And if you watch carefully, you'll notice quivering. When there is quivering, that means there is some kind of imbalance. Kind of simulate him doing some work now. So these pulses that I'm giving, there's like a rhythm to it, but you can really follow your intuition, what rhythm you feel that they need. I can't say that I use the same rhythm all the time. It really does depend on the person and the time. It really does depend on the present moment. Just get him to let go of the tension. Return, back again. You see how the whole leg wants to curl up there. Patting directly on the spine. Remember to be gentle but loving at the same time and very firm. I have conviction to help, you know. That leg's dropped a bit further now. Still tight this side. So now we've got more space between this shoulder and the neck. Work more. holding either side of the spine again, between the scaps, between the spine, and then let him breathe into this. Breathe into this. Yeah, that's a bit better. That's the one that I was waiting for. To repeat the process again. Placing the hands over the head like it's a helmet. Got fingers on the temples, fingers where the earlobes are, thumbs on the crown. Sending pulses down the spine. This combined with the breathing is amazing. It's very healing. And I'm just creating this motion, this momentum, and yes, it's going to help him just to trance out a bit further. Allow the ego just to let go. Holding onto the chin, gently pulling to extend. And when I'm pulling here, it's stretching all the way down. You see it will stretch all the way down towards the sacrum. Lengthening the back. Damn, that's enough for now. Return back to this arm again. We're going to repeat the process. This muscle here gets tight, so I'm going to bring it from this angle. Yeah, this muscle here, I'm going to hold it on the other side. Lengthening the arm. So when we do this, we can create space here as well, allow the ribs to expand further, working into the pecs. When you send energy like this, it's going into the lungs as well. As they breathe in and out, it creates a bit more space with each breath in. It's almost like this pressure that I'm giving meets with the breath. Very incremental pulses, waves. But you'll notice that I'm also have intention to move the spine. See, even though I'm patting, I'm moving the whole spine as well. I'm going to give the head a nice little stretch from this angle. That's it. Good. Repeat the process again on the other side. Remember? Boom. It's like a nice little egg or orange. Catch it. Massage it. It also gives you opportunity if you want to massage the tries. I tend to bong more. These bounces are very important. Just holding on and then just gently encouraging a bit more movement in this joint. But at the same time, what we're doing here, we're giving more movement in the scapula. So you notice now, Tao, as I'm doing this, his hip is not moving up as often. Early on when I moved this up, his whole hip had to move. It's less tethered now. There we go, more space. I'm starting to hear the breath come out of his nostrils more now. Listen carefully. Yeah, that's it. Okay, one last time before we move a bit further down. Hands on the hip like a helmet. Fingers on the temple, on the earlobes. Thumbs on the crown, and then start to send impulses. Create a momentum. Follow your natural rhythm. But at the same time, watch and listen to their breath and allow your own breath to come and go. Come and go. You see? Now he's breathing more deeper. See? That's it. Now he's really relaxed. Sleep, you see? He's completely let go. Pushing onto the scalp, holding onto the cranium, and then gently again pulling onto the whole of the spine. Just gently pulling onto the whole of the spine. So Tao, if you come up a bit, you'll see his whole body moving as I'm doing this, you see? I'm pulling all the way down. All the way down, yeah. I'm holding onto the head, but I'm making sure I'm getting the whole of the spine involved. There. Right, we're going to move towards his belly. So when you transition like this, when you're helping someone, try to always leave one hand on their body. You see that? I'm here, and then now I'm going to transition to here. Yeah. So now when I let go of my hand, this left hand, look, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here with you, brother. Still here with you. Still here with you. And massage the innards. Massage the innards. There you go. So remember, in the beginning I had to raise his up. Now, he's much more relaxed. We can lose that. See, now his hips are very square. In the beginning, one side was raised. That's why I helped him. I left that leg up. Just massaging the innards. Just gently massaging the innards. For many of you at home, you'll notice that as you get older, your internal organs will start becoming very stiff. And this is really reflected or mirrored in your capacity to move your lower spine or your lower back. If you find that you have an aching back, low back, take note, because this is symptoms that your organs are also stiff. If you could get someone to give you a belly rub like this, it'll help you so much. It'll help all your organs to be more productive, to work in harmony. There we go. Just massaging the internal organs. You may not see this at home, but as my hands are over here, I can feel there's a lot of tension, you know. So the organs are muscles, no different. If you overeat, you will overuse your internal organs. If you drink too much alcohol, you overuse your internal organs. And for most of us, most modern living, we tend to eat even though we're full. Ideally, you want to, do a number 2 and then eat, meaning that your whole body should be flushed out before you fill it up again. But many of us, our body is still full and we're shoving more stuff into our systems. This adds to the problems internally. There we go. So you can hear his stomach's making noise now. There's more space. If you have problems with your hips, I promise you there's going to be some problems around here in your internal organs. Not problems, but just stiffness. I mentioned before, also, if you have like some sciatic pain, sometimes it can be caused if you have problems maybe with your kidneys. Because if the organ is swollen, it makes the whole of the spine shift. You hear the sound? Yeah. Yeah, so if the organ is tired or if it's inflamed, it will make the whole of your spine shift. It will make you tilt. It might tilt your pelvis or, There we go. So now I've got my hand on the glutes, working on the medius here, but also a bit of the maximus. Just holding on and rocking with, there's a circular motion here. I'm doing like a yin-yang. So people have asked me, where have I learnt my massage? And the answer is life. I've travelled many places around the world. I've learnt from many different people. like first-hand experience I've got. A lot of this you can probably learn from a textbook, but I find that you learn more if you can really, be hands-on with your experience. But it's good to travel, if you find someone who's a practitioner, if you can seek them, you can learn. Add the skills to your palette, add more colours to your palette, add more flavours to your ingredients. There. They're having a glute again, medius glute. Yeah, the max. Holding on to the internal organs and just, yin yang all the way. You notice that I'm massaging the organs, but at the same time, notice the spine is rocking. We're giving movement to the spine. See, he's tense here. Notice his foot, you see? Yeah, you scan from here, look, his foot is not letting go, you see? He's pulling up. He's pulling up from here. Bring it here. You see, look. Film. Look at that. You see here, he doesn't let go. See, I just had to force him. I had to remind him he can let go. So for those of you at home, if you have complaints of your knees or your ankles or your toes, anything like this, the root of the matter is going to be somewhere here. If there's a problem here, everything's going to pull towards this point. And when you try to extend it, it's going to have problems. You're going to be overextending. So bring everything back to the root. That's what we're doing. Bring everything back to the root. And now we can really help just relax it. Let those organs relax. Yeah, now I've got to hold the hip involved. Gotta get him just to stretch. There we go, stretching.